To come in. While we're doing that, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another Morning Glory Apostolic Prophetic Center video. I'm your host, Diedrich Hubbard, and make sure that you sign up and what you follow us on all social media accounts. We're on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Yes, make sure you're signed up to our YouTube channel. I need to upload some more videos that I've done. But this is going to be uh, a nice message that many of you need to take heed to. Not because I'm saying it. Let me pull up this Facebook profile right quick, but because many of you need to hear this. Uh, your value has no value. And for this, we're going to be in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. And this is a powerful prophetic message that many of you may not hear. You may not receive it. And that's why it's dangerous to be living in this time in our lives that so many important messages are not being heard by people, because most prophetic people or people who claim they have a relationship with God, they're not speaking what God really is saying. So last night, God showed me something. That's why he said your value has no value. And what we're going to be dealing with, a lot of the things that you hold true to your heart, a lot of things you work for, a lot of things you love, in this coming months, they're no value to you. Many of you are going to be put in a situation like Abram had when he was about to kill his child. But many of you are going to have to make a life-changing decision. So last night, God taught me something, or showed me something. He says there's going to be 12 cities in the United States that are going to be called sanctuary cities. If y'all been listening to my messages, a lot of you would hear me say words that we're in a Noahic season. You know, Noahic, Noahic, Noahic season. And what I was sharing with you, I said God is trying to build an ark on the earth, but people need to listen. So the reason he told me last night is that he's beginning to show me how he's building this ark system. And if you both know the story of Noah's ark, wasn't too many saved. But those who went inside that ark, they were saved from the destruction. So God says there are going to be 12 cities that he's going to deem sanctuary cities. He gave me the name of those 12 cities. I'm not going to say the names of the 12 cities, because to say the names of the 12 cities, that's why we're going to be in the Hebrews chapter 11. Then your faith is not going to be at the level that God needs it to be. You're going to move because you heard me move it. You might move ahead of time, or you just might move because you're scared. Why are these 12 cities? Because in the next 12 months, y'all will be beginning to hear that the USA will be attacked. Okay? They're going to send cruise missiles to certain cities and begin to destroy these cities. Why are the cities be destroyed? It's because the USA was built on the foundation of God-like principles. The USA is no longer following those principles. I can't say too much. Y'all know how TikTok is. They've been cutting me off, and a lot of y'all need to hear this message. But you understand where I'm getting at, you know. So I can't say what I want to say. These cruise missiles are going to hit these USA cities. But if you're in one of these 12 cities, you're going to be saved. That's why God says your value has no value. He's going to begin to put in certain people's spirits that they need to move in certain places. What you are to do, you're not to worry about how much your house costs, what your family gonna do, what your church gonna do, what your child gonna do. If God tell you to leave, you better leave. That's why we're gonna be in Hebrews chapter 11, because he's trying to get you to a place of safety through faith. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, for by it the elders obtain a good report. All right. I can't tell you the name of the cities. Do I know the name of the cities? I know all 12 of them. He gave them to me in order. Don't email me. Don't inbox me. Don't text me, because this is the only way that y'all gonna get the faith y'all need, and which I was talking about when that hurricane happened down in New Orleans, and that preacher man took the private jet, all the church money, went to Atlanta, and his church people was destroyed. I told you, you need to be around somebody who hear the voice of God, not according to prosperity, not according to God gonna bless you, not according to miracles, not according to delivery. You need to hear somebody tell you that what God is preparing to do. Remember, I've been telling y'all, we're in a preparation season, but y'all sitting around here running by any prophet. God gonna bless you. God gonna give you a house. God gonna give you a car. That's why in this season, your value has no value. God don't care about your clothes. He don't care about your Maybach. He don't care about your gated communities. He don't care about your job. He don't care about your relationship. He cares about you. So a lot of you will base your movement as opposed, come on, go with me. Come on, do this. If God did not put in these people's heart to move to whatever city he tell you to move, then you're not to take them. See, that was Abraham's mistake. God was sending Abraham out. But Abraham let Isaac and the rest of them tag along. Watch this. Verse 3. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. See, the reason a lot of you ain't got God-like faith is because you believe in God to do something that he already did. The faith that the faith this Bible talking about, God made the world out of things that never did exist. That sun never existed until God said, let there be light. That moon didn't exist till he said, bring out the darkness. The clouds didn't exist. The animals didn't exist. See, y'all around here believing God for things that are already appearing. Ooh, I need a husband. I need a wife. God, I need a Maybach. God, I want money. God, I need this. Stop believing God for something that's always here. See, the God kind of faith that they teaching y'all is not the God kind of faith that he's teaching in his Bible. He's telling you to believe. He's telling you to believe him for something that nobody else ain't got. If I believe God for a house, guess what? I'm not believing God for a house in a gated community. I don't need no swimming pool. I don't need no 5-car garage. You know what kind of house I believe God? God, if you give me a house, you know what kind of house I want? I said, give me an old hotel. I said, me and my family will take the whole first floor. And everybody that's connected to me or need a place to stay or believe in you, they can have the other rooms. That's the kind of house I want. I don't want to be out there where you got to shut the gates. I want to be around other believers. Okay, on this hotel, we got, hey, y'all dig some gardens around there. You know, I'm going to put me a fence around. I'm going to bring some animals in here. See, y'all want the kind of house that you can put on Facebook and show your pictures, but you don't want to invite nobody. And if you do invite somebody, you just want to see them how rich you living. Do you know how many people living rich but struggling? Watch this. By faith, Abel offered up to God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testified of his gift, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. See, Abel's sacrifice was more important to Cain, not because, hear me now, not because he got the best of what he had. It's because his gift was able to reproduce. See, when he brought something out the ground, you know, you got to plant it, you got to water it, you got to till it back. See, you doing that under your own. You doing that under your own self-righteousness of energy. But when you bring an animal, you don't know if that animal gonna be pregnant. Just like a baby. Sometimes you don't know if your baby gonna live or you die. You don't know if it's stillborn, gonna have birth defects. You don't know if it's gonna look abnormal. All you know is you pregnant. See, that's why Abel's gift was more excellent. His sacrifice, because he didn't know what he was gonna get, but he knew what he gonna get. He was gonna give whatever he gave. See, God done gave y'all these houses, these cars. Well, God done gave some of you these houses, these cars, these relationships, these marriages, these jobs, and now these people finna come over here and attack the USA. And if God tell you to move, you don't want to lose your house. You don't want to lose your job. But guess what? You're going to lose your life. See, that's why the Bible teaches us. What good is it to gain the whole world and lose your soul? This attack is going to be for real. I seen cruise missiles coming in neighborhoods just like mine. Bam! The whole neighborhood was destroyed. I said, dog, God. See, that's why the Bible tells us the elect gonna be slightly saved. Y'all just paraphrase. Everybody gonna be saved. You know why? Because everybody's not gonna move when they hear the voice of God. And when you don't move, when you hear the voice of God, you're gonna lose the voice of God because you're gonna be up there. You might be up there watching them. And everybody who laughing, didn't that guy who came on YouTube, my prophet, he said his name, Brother Hubbard, did he tell y'all to leave? 12 cities. You know what the best part about this is? You got all these people calling themselves ambassadors in Christ. They call themselves chief apostles, chief prophet. I'm this, I'm a praiseologist. But ain't nobody telling y'all this. Juanita Bynum ain't telling you this. Brian Carn ain't telling you this. Jamal Bryant, T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, what his name down there, Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, they ain't telling y'all this. You know why? Because they're not in the preparation period. That's why a lot of you are having is in so much hell right now. It because he wants you to get in ministry, but you waiting to see who can ordain you. You waiting who your spiritual father can be. You waiting who your overseer can be. And God telling you to go. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death and was not found because God has translated him for before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. Is what you doing pleasing God right now? See, that's why your value has no value in God, because God has given some of you the things that you asked for. And now the things that you asked for has more value now than the word of God. You asked for a husband. Now you can't move unless the husband can say something. You ask for a wife. Now you can't go shoot pool and let the wife say go. You ask God, God, I want you no matter what. But then when God started touching your what, dog God, you doing this to me, you doing that to me, you said you wanted God, didn't you? See, you know why a lot of people fail in serving God and hearing his voice? They teaching y'all a one-sided Jesus. See, you can't teach the love of Jesus without teaching the wrath of Jesus. You can't teach the vengeance of God without teaching the love of God. See what I'm saying? So what they have done, God is a God of love. God loves everybody. But when y'all read this Bible, don't you see God destroying whole nations? Didn't you see God kill David's child? Didn't you see God destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? So y'all allowing people to preach a God of love gospel, but you don't see the God of vengeance, the God of wrath, the God of consequences. So what happened? They telling y'all, well, come to Jesus, make him your Lord and Savior, and y'all think y'all gonna get houses, cars, money, y'all gonna be here and you gonna be living good. When you come to Christ, your life becomes a living hell. See, because he got to get you out of you so you can hear him. I'm going to teach this in this next class, but I was telling somebody what I'm teaching. I had to look at my own life. Now, I ain't rich. I'm not, you get what I'm saying? We stay in a nice neighborhood. My bills stay paid, but I grew up poor. I understood what God was doing now. I didn't understand what he just gave me this revelation 2 days ago. God had to get me to a point that when I get money, I didn't spend it on trying to look rich. I didn't spend it on brand name clothes, cars, and stuff. He had to get me to a point that when I got money, I took care of my responsibilities first. See, when I stayed in the hood, I kid you not, I stole the lights, I stole the gas, I stole the water, I stole the cable. And I had money. But I wasn't spending my money on the bill because the bill wasn't important. I was trying to get them girls, and I was trying to get these clothes, and I wanted my friends to think I was rich. So I'm always paying for everything. God had to get that out of me. So to make a long story short, what he was showing me, okay, you grew up poor. I had to desensitize you from money to give you money. So now that you desensitized, you know what to do with the money. But watch this. Watch the analogy. So people that with money, God got to get you used to not having money, desensitized to not having money. So when you get money, you don't think about yourself first. See, ain't it funny that if God asks you to send a seed to somebody, bless somebody, give to somebody, well, dog, God, why I got to do this? Why I got to do? But you go see them new Air Jordans. You see a new car. You see a new video game. You run and get it and don't even think about it. You don't even care how much it costs. Because if you could, you'll buy every video game you want. My son, he ain't here. He liked my necklace. And he put on this one day. And he said, yeah, Dad, I want some drip. I said, some drip? He said, I want one of those. His birthday on the 11th. I went and bought him one. I gave it to him yesterday. He was washing dishes. I said, guess what I got for you? And I showed it to him. He said, wow, Dad. I said, let me put it on. I put it on. He said, yeah, I like this here. I said, yeah, you got to go find your charm. But watch what I'm trying to tell you. I bought it without thinking about the price or what it costs. Watch this. When God tell me to go do something, I buy Like the trailer I got. God had to get on me about it. Watch this. I got the same size trailer before COVID-19 for $2,000. I got that trailer last year. They wanted $5,900 for the same trailer. But I was trying to buy the trailer used. And I never could find one until I saw one day. He said, boy, if you don't go get me a new trailer. And when I went down there and I seen the price, I said, dog, I spent $2,000 on this 2 years ago. But I didn't argue. I said, I want that trailer right there. See, you can't say you love God in your finances. You can't say you love God in your heart when you got to question what God asks for when it comes to him, but you get what you want without question. No faith. See, you'll go do whatever you want to do when it comes to your money. Why am I telling y'all this? Because this move to protect your life, you're going to have to leave some things behind. Because they're going to destroy this USA. He going to utterly destroy the USA, but he got to save certain people. So see, the faith y'all got now, y'all been taught by pickpocket prophets. See, they done told y'all, go lay your hand on the house you want and pray that God give it to you by faith. Go lay your hand on that car you want and believe God gonna give it to you by faith. Well, what did Hebrews 11:1 say? Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When the prophet tell you to go lay your hand on it, that's not a prophet speaking from God, because your faith shouldn't have an example of what you need to see what you're gonna get. You ain't got no business to go putting your feet on the property. This is where I'm gonna build my house. That ain't the evidence not seen. So a lot of y'all been listening to pickpocket prophets because they got you all geared up to go touch the house. Then they turn around. Now 10 of y'all got $100. 5 of y'all got 50. 3 of y'all get 25. 10 of y'all get together and make it 1,000. I want change for change. And now you sit in the house, got to work 3 jobs because you can't afford it, because it wasn't given to you by faith. It was given to you by vision. Once you lay your hands and see what you want by faith, the evidence is not seen. Once it becomes seen, it's no longer faith, it's a vision you work toward. Y'all done been got because they preach to y'all in y'all emotions, and they preach to y'all in y'all need. So y'all go get happy and throw your money up there. Now you sitting at home, your lights off, ain't no food in the refrigerator, and they tell y'all to pray for a prosperity angel. You didn't pray for that when you asked for my seed. Verse 6 said, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that come to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. What it means, constantly seek him. See, when God give y'all what y'all want, y'all stop seeking God. And then what you do, you give more reward to what you were rewarded with than the one who gave you the reward. See, a lot of y'all ain't pleasing God because he got to keep proving himself over and over and over to you. If God say he gonna take care of you, and he did it once, and he did it twice, he did it 3 times, why now you got to wait? Oh God, what I'm gonna do? I ain't got no money. I was telling my friend was thanking me for giving him a word. And what I told him, you got to get to a mindset with God that even if God doesn't provide for you, you got to know that he could have. See, a lot of things God could do for us, he don't, because he want to build our faith. How is it building your faith if every time you ask for something, God give it to you? See, you got to have faith in God when he give it to you and when he don't give it to you. If all your faith is because what God gives you, then that's not a complete faith. See, sometimes God ain't gave me what I want, but I didn't lose faith in God because I know he could have gave it to me if he won't. You know what I do and sound and do? I say, okay, God, what you trying to teach me? Because you could have did it and you didn't do it. Verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Y'all know what the key thing that most people don't teach y'all in verse 7? By Noah obeying. Noah obeying. What you mentioned, it said he condemned the world because he heard God. One man doing what God tells him to do condemned the world. One man. So watch this. By faith, God told Dietrich that there is 12 states in the USA. They're gonna be sanctuary cities because the USA gonna be attacked. And he warning people now. That means I'm moving with fear. Not the fear that I'm scared, the fear that I was going to happen. See, we got to teach on fear. It's plenty kinds of fear. It's the fear that's a reverence of God. It's the fear of what's going to happen. It's the fear of what's not going to happen. And then you got the fear, okay, I need to hurry up and do this because I don't know the timing of it. Plenty of fear. So watch this. If I tell my wife, God told us to move such and such, and I don't know what she'll say, I'm just using the example. If I say God told us we got to move up to Pittsburgh because that's a sanctuary city. If she don't go, guess what's going to happen? I'm gone. Stay down here. That's the kind of decision some of y'all going to have to make when y'all hear that the USA finna be attacked. You supposed to be already in where God told you to be, so you gonna be sitting at home. I'm glad I heard Brother Hubbard video. Woo, it's been attacked. Then all of a sudden you're gonna see them cruise missiles coming out the sky. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm gonna be sitting in front of my TV. God dog. This just for teaching purpose. Boy, they done tore Atlanta up down there. God dog. They done tore Texas up. Woo! Is that Birmingham? I'm just saying, I ain't gonna get no name. I'm just saying stuff. How I'm gonna be sitting there watching. I'm gonna have my Fago in my cup. Well, God, I told you, I did what you told me to do. I preached the message. They decided to stay because they like their gated community more than they like being alive. They like their husband more than they like being alive. They like their job more than like they being alive. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which has foundation, whose builders and makers in God. You know what that said? Y'all done heard it before. I'm going to say it again. God told Abraham to go. He went not knowing where he was going. But wherever he stopped at, that was his inheritance. So verse 9 tells us, he dwelt in his land of promise as in a strange country. So watch this. Don't get so familiar with God, God doing things so supernatural that you don't see God right in front of your eyes. That's what happened to Abram. He's so used to seeing the supernatural that he didn't see God in the natural, which was supernatural. God was trying to tell him, this whole world yours. But watch what he said. He said he looking for a foundation who build and make a God. See, every time God bless you, it's not going to, it ain't necessarily got to be supernatural. See, y'all looking for them all of a sudden checks. Y'all looking for them all of a sudden blessings. But some of you, your blessing right in front of you, you can't see it because it don't look God-like. Stop looking for God to operate in supernatural all the time. The best miracles and blessing God gave me wasn't done in the supernatural, it was done in the natural. See, y'all letting people teach you about the supernatural who don't even have access to the supernatural. So they teaching you about stuff that they never seen or experienced. So y'all believing for this supernatural God do supernatural things all the time, and he trying to do something right in the natural. Verse 11, through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered a child when she was past age, because she just him who faithful who had promised. Therefore sprung there even a one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky, in multitude as the sand which is by the seashore, innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Verse 14, for they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. Y'all know what that mean? Stop listening to society and say you got to have a baby before you 30. Stop to society and they telling you that you can't produce no sperm. The Bible says Sarah was past age. See, stop saying that you too old to have a child. See, the problem is you being taught by people who have no connection with God. That's what that's saying. They seen the promise afar off, but because they had a little bit of unbelief, they couldn't grasp the promise that was right in front of them. Do you think when God telling you to move? See, watch this. We live in a condo community here. I think about 60 condos or such. If God tells us to move to Pittsburgh, he might have a house for us up there. But if we love the unit so much and we don't move where he tells us to move, we gonna miss the blessing because we have become complacent and familiar with our surroundings. I told on somebody today, we don't put trash on our front porch out here. I did that was in the hood. I came home, this guy had trash sit up on top of his truck. I took a picture. I called the HOA. I said, now this is the 5th time that I'm reporting him. I said, he keep having trash. See, watch this. You can move into a different neighborhood, but if your mind don't change to your environment, you're going to still live like where you used to be. I don't put trash outside. I did that in the hood. Set it down now. We got careers and business over here. You don't come from the hood and just because your apartment on Section 8, you got to act like you're on Section 8. Then Section 8, because everybody got to start somewhere. But God trying to speak the things that you hold of value. That's why God keep touching it, because it means nothing to him until you realize it shouldn't mean nothing to you. That's why you always broke. See, we'll say we don't love money, but we know we love money. My wife in Orlando. I supposed to be going down there. One of my customers called. He teach tennis. Joey play tennis. My wife wanted a tennis instructor. I called my wife. I said, honey, he want me to cut the grass, but I told him I was on my way down there. But I said, she said, no, go cut his grass. You know why? I'm going to get that connection. Because I had called him. I said, hey, my son playing tennis now. I said, can we work something out? Or how much I owe you? Or whatever we going to do. Or I just pay you. It didn't matter to me. It's the connection. Because my wife wanted an instructor. She was finna somebody else. I'd have had this customer for 3 or 4 years. The connection already there. See, what's wrong with us? We say we don't like something or we don't care about it, but when God tell you to touch it, dog God, I ain't never got no money. Dog God, when I'm gonna have another house? Dog God, where my car? Dog God, where my husband? Where my wife? If you stop masturbating, maybe you'll get a husband or a wife. If you start watching porno movies, see, how God gonna give you some and you still in your self-gratification? So a man ain't gonna do nothing for you because when you get mad at him, you're gonna please yourself. Or you're gonna go get your sneaky link. I love you, God. You love me. Give me, paraphrase, give bro Hubbard $1,000. I want him to do something. You don't love him. See, you got to get to a point where when God tell you to do something, you get out of that what about me syndrome. See, if God tell you to give up your house and give it to somebody else, you know what you're going, well, where I'm going to stay? That's why God telling you to do that. See, as long as it's what about me, when God tell you to do something, you ain't got you out of you. Galatians 2:20. I'm crucified with Christ, not I, but yet I live it through Christ in me. See, as long as you what about I, Christ ain't in you because you still thinking about I. That's called pride. That's called pride. So Christ ain't living in you yet because what about me? I was going to go on a vacation. When I'm going to go on a vacation, God? When I'm going to get a new house, God? When I'm going to get a raise, God? When you going to stop telling me to sow seeds, God? See, as long as you saying when I'm, that pride ain't dead. That's why when God tell you to move to these different cities to save your life, your personal life is going to be more important than your spiritual life. Because I'm going to tell you now, all of y'all ain't going to move. And I'm going to be sitting at home, drinking my Fago, and say, dog, I sure did a video on that. What you have of value in your life, it has no value. Now you got a call on your life. Not when God needs to use you. And see, that's a lot of y'all are not getting relationships. That's why your finances is still funny. Is because you still trying to hold on to what God trying to touch so you can go operate. I was telling a friend today, when I first started lawn service 4 years ago, I used to cut all kind of storages. I used to go in 3 and 4 states, cut storage. I'm making all kind of money. I had 3 helpers. Then some of them wouldn't pay me. Then, I just stopped cutting grass. But watch this. I got 4, 7, 8. I got 8 customers. 5 residential, 3 commercial. Do you know I make more money now than I did when I had 40 residential and about 100 commercial accounts? I make more now. And it's just me. If I go get some help, and see, this what people got to realize. If I go get some help, it's because God said you need help, and I'm trying to help you because I can do it all myself. It'll take me longer, but I get it done. So what you holding on to, that's why you keep saying, what about me? Because your pride is still attached to what you have. And until your pride is released, God gonna keep touching it. Till you stop saying, what about me? And just say, okay, God. But y'all don't want to do that. Because y'all want to go on vacation. You want to go, you want to go over to a resort, all expensive paid. You want to go skiing. You know, we'll pay $3 grand, 45 grand to go on vacation, but if God tell us to give to somebody, we stuck. See, you got to realize, just by like I had to realize, having a bunch of accounts don't mean I was rich. I only became rich when I had less account and made more money. Listen here. My son there out of town, he trying to call in. I probably come back and do this, but y'all be blessed. Have a good day. And remember, what you have of value. Oh, what my God dog it. Oh, my camera shut off. What you have of value has